Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Jay, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make burger buns. For this recipe, you will need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, optional everything bagel seasoning, a 1/4 cup of honey, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, 3/4 of a cup of water, 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt, and 1 egg. Now to get our yeast going, I'm going to go ahead and add in my water, and then my yeast, and then I just go ahead and out of that 1/4 cup of honey that I had, I just take a couple tablespoons of that just to give something the yeast to feed off of. Now that my yeast is all activated, I'm going to go ahead and add in my butter, my whole wheat flour, my all-purpose flour, and then that rest of that honey. And then finally here, I'm just adding in that pinch of salt. Now I'm just going ahead and I'm taking my bread whisk and I'm whisking that together as well as I can until I'm no longer able to, and then I just put that on the counter and knead it by hand for about 5 to 7 minutes, or until it's well combined and nice and elasticy. Now that we have that well combined, I'm going to go ahead and take some oil and just oil a bowl up, and then I go and throw in that dough ball, and then I'm just going to let this rest with a wet tea towel over top of it in a warm place. For me on this particular day, I chose to let it just rest outside for about an hour. Now that the dough has had some time to rest, I'm going to go ahead and divide this into 8 equal pieces. Here I'm just using a bench scraper to chop it and kind of make my uniformed pieces. I chose not to use a scale, but you could definitely do that to make sure that they're perfectly even. But for time's sake, I just went ahead and chopped these up and kind of eyeballed them as best I could. Now just for demonstration purposes, I'm just showing this against my hand, but technically I would just, instead of my hand, I would roll this against the countertop so that I could make my hamburger bun shapes. And then I just went ahead and I put the burger buns on a cookie sheet with a lined piece of parchment paper. Now we're going to let them have a second rest, and so I went ahead and I just took a wet tea towel and I let them rest for another hour here while I preheated the oven to 375 degrees. Now that the oven is preheated, I went ahead and added in those burger buns for about 13 minutes, and then at the 13-minute mark, I grabbed an egg that I've beaten and I just put an egg wash over top of the burger buns, and then I went ahead and added in everything bagel seasoning on top, and then put those back in the oven for another 2 to 3 minutes. And there you have it, homemade burger buns, soft and chewy, ready for your family cookout. I went ahead with these and I put on a fresh patty, some veggies, and some condiments on top, and my family really enjoyed these. I hope you enjoyed making these with me as much as I enjoyed making them. Join me next time as we learn together how to live simply at home.